Knicks vs Spurs NBA Cup. Here's Brunson's first look. Gets the ball from Cat, high screen, rejects it to his dribble pull up. Nice shot. Airballs his first shot of the game. All right, let's go to the next look. Dribbles down court to a sidestep, comfortable shot, another miss. Two misses to start off the game for Jalen. All right, next play. Here we go. Brunson off the catch, rip through, 2 foot finish, layup. All right, let's go back. First of all, look at Harrison Barnes. Look how he's standing. He's standing straight up. He's in a terrible defensive position off the closeout. Brunson notices this, and off the catch, he instantly attacks his high foot. And then look at this. Look at this blow by Brunson's gonna have, all because of this quick catch and go. There, it's a 2 foot finish. Great momentum starter for the game. Another thing I really want to emphasize is the simplicity of this shot and how Brunson realized that he missed his first 2 shots of the game, knowing that he needs to start building his rhythm. And he does this by doing something as simple as just attacking a weak closeout by a defender. Now Brunson has a little bit of rhythm. Here we go at his next look. Champagne on him, jab. Look how much Champagne's body leans to the right. Attacks. Get to a spot. Shot fake. 2 feet. Step through a little mid-range shot. Really gets to his shot there. Gets where he's comfortable and is able to own space around his defender because he is in control of where he's going. Also, right here, I want you guys to notice Brunson's spatial awareness. He gets that pull up and he realizes that 7'4" Victor Wembanyama is probably not the best person to go for a layup on. So he stops short and gets that mid-range shot and is able to get an and one. I really think a key concept of Jalen Brunson's game to really focus on when you watch him is primarily exactly how I said, how he owns space and he's always in control of his pace. And what I mean by owning space is when he drives or whenever he has the ball, he's able to use a bump. He's able to use his strong base and his body to bump people to create his own space and create advantages for himself. A great example of this is on this next play. Look how he gets bumped by Vassell. He's able to stay strong, get through that screen tight, get to a spot, bump Harrison Barnes. He's able to get into that step back. Easy, simple shot. Let's watch it again. Comes off the screen. This right here is an absolute textbook example of how every single basketball player should be coming off screens. Look how tight Brunson is on the screen by Cat. He's practically crushing Vassell's arm coming off the screens. And look what happens to Vassell on this. Boom. I mean, he gets knocked off. He gets taken out of the play. He's hit off that screen hard. And then he's totally taken out of the equation just by Brunson coming off that screen tight and making an advantage for himself. Anyways, next play. Brunson, quick catch, gets it poked, gets it back. Kind of a bit lucky, but the main thing I want to point out here is right away he gets that catch. He sees the bad closeout. He sees the advantage. He attacks it. Now, great defensive play here by Vassell to poke that out. That's it, or Castle. But Brunson did everything right here and was able to make the game easier for himself, to be honest. I think that's the main thing. I honestly think way too many people overcomplicate the game of basketball and get way too sped up and aren't able to really slow down the game and make those quick decisions. I think that's another thing you can really take away from Brunson's game is he never really over dribbles. I think that's a really good aspect, especially if you're playing at the high school or college level. And really it all starts at the catch. Whenever Brunson gets his catch, he's always reading his defender. Like you should all do whenever you get the catch is reading your defender, seeing if you can drive by in the closeout, see if you can pull the shot. I mean, you should really be reading your defender. And if you're over dribbling and trying to do a move and get by him, you're never going to really have time to process what's going on because you'll just be too worried about what move you're going to use to get your buckets rather than getting to your spots and creating space for yourself. All right, here we go on this next one. Brunson comes off the screen. He's able to get to his bump, midi. Let's go back and rewatch that. Brunson up top. It's a screen from Robinson. He's coming off tight again, like we talked about. He has his defender beat. He sees the help. He's able to bump his defender off and get to his mid-range pull-up. All because of him owning his space there and using his low frame to bump his defender off and is able to have enough room to get that midi off. All right, here we go. Brunson comes tight off the screen again. Gets to his spot. Pull up. See how Brunson comes off the screen a little bit slow and is able to see Cornet is dropping and he's able to get to a spot and rise up for the shot. It's perfect. A lot of people try to come off the screens way too fast, and that can work most of the time, but sometimes you really need to slow down and give yourself that extra time to make that read. See it again on this next play. Brunson uses a bump to get to a great shot for him that he ends up not making, but it's a great shot. It's a great drive. He used his bump very well. You can see again. You can see he takes Harper at a straight line drive, bumps him, is able to get to two. A really nice shot from a really nice look. I think that's one thing I challenge everybody watching this video to incorporate into their game is to be more aggressive and physical on drives and really just look for that contact. On this next play here, Brunson attacks his defender right off the dribble quick, is able to get into a nice floater. Let's go back and look at that again. He's back with he's comes off the screen, gets a switch he wants, sees his defender standing, one quick move and go. One quick move and go. He's able to get to two and float it up. He has his defender beat from the get-go, all because of that one quick move that he had. This next one's a transition look. I think that is very important to know transitions well, and he does a great job at reading it. We'll see again. He reads his one-person champagne on him. He fakes one way and he's able to go the other way and get a nice finish. He's able to read that he had the advantage by a slower defender like Champagne one-on-one. He'll take that any day. Main things, guys, I would just say to really just slow down when you play this game. And yes, it is a game, so have fun playing it and really just be ready to take the shots that you know you can make. And I hope you guys all let me know how your next game goes down in the comments.